into the darkness. We are one.
YouTube, what's going on? Alex, Second City Sleepers, and Mike, bringing you our Royal Rumble recap.
Look, 1 year ago?
Pipe bomb.
1 year ago he quit.
Yep, a little over a year ago. Yeah, we're just going to recap it, give our suggestions, kind of decide what we might have changed with it, and then go over how we think WWE should fix things, because I'm sure a lot of us know by now that there was a lot of things that should not have happened, and a lot of bad choices. But,
yeah.
Getting right into it, we had the pre-show match, which we've seen 100 times before the Rumble.
The great gimmick of the New Day versus Adam Rose's crap ass and Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, who
a great tag team who they're shitting on right now.
We both like them individually, and we love them together as a tag team. I think there's potential there in that team, and I mean, we've seen the match a bunch of times. The right team won, Cesaro and Kidd. That was great. I don't think we can do anything to fix it because the New Day just needs to go away and come back as their own people again and get their own little pushes and do their own thing. Cesaro and Kidd, keep them together, let them do something, let them be something, put them in the tag team mix because you need tag teams in WWE.
Yeah, bad.
Adam Rose, we've said it before. You agree, go away, come back as Kruger?
Leo Kruger, yep.
Do we need to talk about that anymore?
No, we don't.
I think no one else wants to hear about it either.
I don't want to talk about it.
Moving on, opening match.
I don't want to talk about this either.
Okay, I'll do it then. New Age Outlaws versus the Ascension.
This is done so wrong.
We've talked about the Ascension many times. We really don't need to get back into that. Watch some of our old videos. Bullet point, Outlaws lost, which I thought was bad. I thought you should have... Ascension won. WWE Creative, that's bad. I see why they're doing it because that's the new talent. They're trying to push them. I get it.
But the problem is...
It's bad, needs to go away.
They're trying to force it down their throats like they're doing with Reigns, but we'll discuss that at the end here.
So I personally, to make it better, we didn't talk, but I'm just going to assume you're going to nod your head in agreement. The Outlaws should have buried them, hit them with all their finishers 15 times. Well, maybe not that excessive, but hit them their finishers a few times. Make a statement, put them out. The Ascension goes away. When they do come back, they come back as... even the Ascension of what they were in NXT, which I didn't think was good, but at least they weren't the garbage that WWE is giving us.
It's, it should have been done exactly. I think we discussed that on our prediction show, actually, where we said that this is WWE's opportunity to fix a mistake that they made with the Ascension.
They didn't fix it.
And for some reason, Creative... my guess is Creative's thinking that the fans are giving them good heat, but it's go-away heat.
Yeah, I'm feeling go-away heat. Everything I'm hearing, everybody I talk to, the little bit I read, well, not little bit, but what I read online, it's complete go-away garbage, and they don't get it. But let's not waste anybody's time on that crap.
No.
I guess, I'm kind of not remembering the order of the matches anymore, so we're just going to
I think we're in the right order, but next was the Divas match, so we'll skip on to the next match.
Yeah, because I didn't watch it. I was talking to my friends that were at the house.
Neither did I.
And I don't even remember who won. Was it a tag match? Yeah, I don't remember.
It was Paige and Natalya versus Bella Twins, and who gives a shit?
And Bella Twins won, right? I think so. I really don't remember.
I didn't pay attention to it.
So, I mean, moving on.
Oh, we are bad wrestling fans right now.
No, well,
Yeah, whatever. But moving on, we had the Tag Team Championship match, which we've seen about 400 times in the past year, and it's only been a month in this year.
Yeah, I mean, they still work hard, and they still are entertaining.
They do.
And they're not bad matches by any means.
No, not at all.
It's just that's the problem with WWE. We see all their matches every week on Raw and every week on SmackDown, and then we see the recaps of Raw and the recaps of SmackDown, and then we see the pay-per-view, and then we see the recaps of that. It's way too much.
But the only reason why I saw this match as a way to build up for Miz and Sandow to start feuding, which you kind of see right now.
Yeah, they're working to that.
Which we'll talk about in the Rumble, what went down exactly. Rumble match, I should say.
So Usos went over, and that's who needed to go over, and they all worked hard.
Should be getting a title shot soon, in my opinion. That's the only good tag team. Usos are good, but they're getting stale.
Yeah, their in-ring work is fine.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just starting to get boring to me.
Yeah, it's the same stuff. And, I mean, their in-show is cool and gets the fans hype, and they're good wrestlers, and I got no problems with them. Just, Yeah, I mean, maybe it's stale just because it's the same 2-3 tag teams.
Yeah.
They don't do anything different. When there is a tag team, WWE doesn't build them up to make you even think they're gonna win. And when they do win, it's like, oh, they won. Oh, okay. And then a month later, they got it back, or 2 weeks later, or whatever. And it's the same thing with well, not the U.S. belt because they're doing that decent, or actually they're doing that good. I like that.
Yeah, I've had time to think about that actually.
But the same thing with the IC belt. I just read on ProWrestling.net, free app. Yeah,
Download it. Google Play Store, Apple, whatever, garbage, Apple App Store, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called. I got Samsung phones, so. Man, I lost my train of thought. Oh, what they're doing with the IC belt. I just read that Barrett lost in a dark match to R-Truth. Now, I like R-Truth. I always have. I liked him TNA.
I do too.
And that's another talent that they don't do anything with, which, whatever.
Speaking of TNA, off top real quick, I might start watching now because Drew McIntyre or Drew Galloway on TNA now.
Yeah, he made his appearance. Did we just give a spoiler out for one of the February 13th or 20th episode?
It's all over Facebook.
Yeah,
and
it's
social media.
But
right
you know
now,
what? That's
so.
if that's not just a special appearance for that for his being in that's around his home, Scotland, then that's an awesome signing, and I hope they signed him. And I did hear rumors that he was supposed to be at the New York City tapings, which led me believe, which already happened, and they're showing him. Which since that didn't happen, led me believe it is actually a signing, and he's with the company, which is 2 thumbs up for TNA. That's a much needed
Let's just
talent.
hope that they use him right and not completely bury him like Vince and Triple H did. But moving on, what real quick, the Usos. I wouldn't really change much. There's not much you can really do there with Miz and Sandow splitting up, and Sandow getting he's gonna get that singles push probably.
Hopefully,
I want to see him be like a long reigning IC title holder. Like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 months,
but strong wins.
Yes.
I don't care if he's a heel, if he's I'm better than you heel, that's fine. But let him win cleanly and let him have strong heel wins, like they're kind of doing with Rusev. Although he's starting to get some count outs. They're really caring about this not getting
pinfall submission.
Stupid. Just if you're gonna be the champion, freaking take a pinfall when it's a non-title match. Or
Rusev's gonna lose at Mania against Cena.
Wait, no, I thought that was Fastlane. He's fighting Cena.
Is he?
But it's not for the belt, though, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, if you're going to have Cena belt, give him the U.S. title because he doesn't deserve a WWE title.
Yeah, just let him ride the U.S. title to retirement.
But, okay, triple threat match.
Man, by far...
Amazing match.
Amazing. By far the best match in a long time. Best match of the night, easily.
That's saying much.
Yeah, it's not. But best match in a very long time. I thoroughly enjoyed every second of it. I thought they told a story for all 3 men.
Yep.
The 3 guys executed the match fantastically. Obviously, if you don't know, Cena versus Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship with Paul Heyman in the corner of Brock Lesnar.
Which Reigns needs to flip heel and turn into a Lesnar guy or a Heyman guy.
Yeah, well, Lesnar Reigns or Rollins.
Reigns needs to become a Heyman guy.
Well, he's not in this match. We'll talk about Reigns later in the Rumble shit.
There goes Levy.
Man, this is the match that you go out of your way to see if you haven't seen it already.
Rollins looked outstanding.
Rollins stole the show. He stole the month. Rollins is just the star. He is the future of WWE, and I hope that WWE sees that and not just... We lost the lights. And not just, what he's saying, I'm the future, when he's giving his promos. I hope that WWE is actually behind him and they're letting him take that spotlight because that dude showed off at that match.
Rollins could be the next CM Punk.
Possibly.
I thought Ambrose could be it, but I don't see WWE pushing Ambrose to that point. I see them pushing Rollins to that point. I mean, we're going to fight. Yeah, I know I don't have my seatbelt on, car.
But, it was just amazing. Cena looked good, and I know that probably broke Ryan's heart because, he is a big Cena fan nowadays, and then Alex, you're about to punch me. But Cena looked good. Lesnar looked like a freaking machine, like the beast incarnate that he calls himself, and he looked awesome. He looked strong. Rollins looked like a very big pimp taking him out. He looked like a big pimp doing the Phoenix Splash.
That was plus it nailed Cena in the crotch, so that was even better. Chin, right?
Yeah, I mean, the spots in the match were great. Lesnar suplexing the shit out of everybody 400 times was great. I mean, it was just a great match, and I can't praise it enough, and I can't praise all three people.
Would you go 5-star in that match?
No, because
Yeah.
I don't think I'd do 5-star, just because a 5-star match to me nowadays, when I give a 5-star match out from now on, it's got to be like the best match I've seen. So it's got to take that last 5-star match I watched and beat that one.
Yeah.
So it is definitely a 4-star match.
Yeah.
It is
Easily 4-star.
the every aspect, what you want in a wrestling match: entertainment, high flying, power moves, wrestling, a story told. It had it all. It was great.
And it was great this is one thing Korea did well. They allowed Lesnar to hold the title while still pushing Rollins over and having Rollins look like the best man in that match.
And not punking Cena for the Cena fans. You know, I mean, really, it was a great match all around. By the people, by creative, by the way they did it. It was great.
WWE for the first time in probably 10 years.
Well, I'm not going to say 10 years, but you definitely get 2 thumbs up.
Yep.
And a little
Good
golf
job.
clap. Okay, Mr. Rumble time. Do you want to start on this?
Yeah, I'll start. Okay, the one highlight of this, we got to see Bubba Ray.
There's a couple highlights, but Bubba Ray Dudley was number 3. That was awesome.
That's which we kind of knew. You know, I was kind of upset.
I had no clue.
Well, there were rumors going on
See, I didn't
social
even hear
media
them.
about it, that him and Devon were going to come back, but Devon wasn't there. Instead, he ended up doing the 3D with R-Truth, which was done flawlessly. And
DDP was another one for me.
thought.
That's all right. I'll just pick up. The next highlight for me was DDP. I don't remember what number he was, but he diamond cutted the shit out of everybody.
That was sweet.
And I think he hurt himself. He's going to have to go do some extra DDP yoga. That's free of charge for you, Mr. DDP. So go do DDP yoga, everybody. It's a life changer. That's not a joke. Yeah, that was nice. The Boogeyman was pointless. He was one of the other specials.
I was a little excited about it.
No, I never liked his character. I thought it was stupid. I thought the Eater of Worms versus Eater World. I'm taking that from Jason Powell, I believe, on ProWrestling.net. That he said that, and it was funny, made me laugh.
He's not a bad wrestler though. That's
I mean, you know what? I guess I never liked his character so much. I never actually really gave a crap
that's what
about
I've
the
gotten
wrestling.
from a lot of people. But his wrestling ability isn't that bad.
But he didn't have time to do anything because it was just him versus Bray Wyatt, and then eventually Bray got him out. Which
I have a problem with the whole Wyatt in this match. The fact that he got so
yeah, he got the
pushed
big push.
over. I'm not saying Wyatt is bad by any means,
No,
but
he's not. I'm done with his character.
His character is repetitive. Everything he says, it's the exact same point every time. It's like you're watching a rerun from like the week before what he just said.
I don't
It's
know
the
what
same
I
thing.
still don't know what he talks about. Other than in the beginning, when he came out, I understood it and it was cool. It was fresh. It was new, and I don't know, maybe about a month or 2 months in, I'm kind of like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
And now it's been over a year, almost 2 years, and it's like I really still don't know what the hell he's talking about. I don't know what he's about, other than like he wants to take over the world. I don't know. Pinky in the brain. It's yeah, I don't know, old reference.
What really set me off with this was Daniel Bryan comes in at what, like
10,
12?
I think.
Yes, it was around 10,
I
11.
think it was 10.
And WWE decided it would be in their greatest interest to immediately take a giant turd on top of him and have him out of the match in like 5-10 minutes.
I think it was 12 minutes. I think I looked it up. It was 12 minutes, but he wasn't in long.
Now, I didn't want to see him winning necessarily because,
I did. He was my pick.
I mean, I would like to
Because
see
it
him
was
win,
best for business.
but I couldn't see him winning going on to face Lesnar because that would be really bad on his neck and shoulder, arm, whatever.
But it doesn't mean Lesnar had to be the champion at WrestleMania, and it doesn't mean it
Right.
couldn't be a 3-way or a Fatal 4, which I don't know if they've ever done a Fatal 4 at WrestleMania for a title, but either way, that'd be something new.
My main problem is how quick they got rid of him. He didn't have any push in that match.
Yeah, like he's got to be in the Final 4,
Yeah,
right?
you got to have him go to the end. I mean, for Christ's sake, in the end, you had Kane and Big Show. Why would you have those two guys in the end?
Yeah. All right. Before we get too ahead of ourselves, Bray Wyatt got a nice push in this. I mean, if they're doing something with him coming out of the Rumble, fine, but creative in general, this Rumble was bad in all aspects of it.
2 straight Rumbles.
In the numbering, and you're winning, and Vince being too stubborn on who he wants to win, and then sticking with it, and then now you got your fans are already shitting on them again, so you're probably gonna have to change it unless you're gonna be stubborn because you changed it last year and you don't want to do it 2 years in a row and fix your big mistake, which I hope you do. I'll even give you an example by the end of this show how to fix this, and this will be free of charge. Your creative was bad in all aspects. In a Rumble match, minus last year, you usually have, 3, 4, 5 different creative things coming out of it.
Yes.
For your mid-card guys, for your stars that don't do anything, there's always something going on. Bray Wyatt, even his elimination was just, There's nothing coming out of his elimination. Wade Barrett didn't get him, and there's going to be no IC title run here for either one of them. I don't even remember who Barrett got eliminated. Oh, Ziggler, right? Yeah. So Barrett got eliminated by Ziggler real quick. Your IC champ got knocked out real quick. How about your IC champ be in the middle somewhere and go toward the end because he's your IC freaking champ? Yes, you know he's a guy that's not going to win, but he's your title holder. Rusev was your US champ. He was in for a while, which is fine.
And then he was out for a long time.
Yeah, then he took a nap. He did Darren Corbin.
I was about to say that, yes.
Yeah, there's your independent promotion guy, which I hope he comes back soon.
And when he's in the match, he's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I liked him.
But anyway.
I digress. There was nothing. There was no all your stars. Nobody had anything coming out of this to go feed off. We don't know he's gonna fight him for a while. We're gonna have a nice little feud here. There was nothing. It was just hot garbage. People came out. They did their job. They left. It was really poor. It was the worst Rumble I've ever seen. It was worse than last year's because last year's, at least Kofi's little entrance back in was better. This year, his out and back in was completely predictable once Adam Rose came out with all his little goofballs. Because then right away I went, oh, he's going to use the goofballs to get back in the ring. And what happens? He used the goofballs and got back in the ring. But it was nice that the goofballs didn't catch Rose when he fell right out when they put Kofi right back in. So that was kind of nice.
The only problem I had with that with Kofi is the way they did that. I think they've officially run out of creative ideas for him to dodge.
No, that's his ideas.
Okay, well he's officially run out of ideas because I didn't
want to burn Kofi like that.
Yeah, but what else could he do though? He's pretty much done every other possible.
Yeah, between him and Morrison, they've come up with all kinds of different ways to do it, which are really entertaining, really good. So I hope Kofi comes back next year and comes up with something a little bit better.
Not part of the New Day. Hopefully that's long gone by then.
Yeah, hopefully that ends by WrestleMania, but we'll see. I'm sure they'll be in a 3-way match with somebody.
They should have them versus the Ascension in a
loser
forced
leaves.
Retirement match.
Yeah, and the Ascension then just lose and goes away because I still like to see Kofi.
I would too. Which I wouldn't mind seeing Woods either.
I like seeing
just give Woods a gimmick.
Do people see that's the thing? Do we need gimmicks? We're gonna do that episode some other time.
Yeah,
the gimmick
we'll
thing.
we
won't
that.
Get into
but
that.
Back to the Rumble
match. Let out some of it.
Like I said, I posted the video on our Facebook page about all the bad moments, and it was the longest video ever. So that kind of explains how this went. You had your hopes with you had Ziggler in, and he goes out, and Bryan goes in, and he comes out, and Ambrose goes in, he comes out, and then
Ambrose wasn't a top 5, last 5. I mean.
Yeah, but still, he was our last shining star to try to hold off.
Yeah,
and
but you knew that was it. You knew when you had the last 4 or 5 in the ring. You knew the only person left who was going to win. And we'll give it away now if you happen not to see the Rumble for some reason. Roman Reigns won.
Yeah. And got booed the entire time.
Philly
fans are awesome.
Yeah, Philly fans, you are awesome, just like Chicago fans. Once all the stars that people wanted to win were out, everybody knew what was going to happen. There was no maybe Kane will win or maybe Big Show will win. No, everybody knows Big Show's never going to hold the title again. No. Kane probably is never going to hold the title again.
I'd like to see Kane hold it one more time before he calls it quits.
I would be okay with that. But
as the Big Red Monster. But anyway.
Yeah, but you knew, and you knew when Ambrose was gone, that's when they already had turned. Bryan left the second Bryan left. The second he left.
Yeah, that's when the fans
turned with that match because they knew, everybody knew, every intelligent wrestling fan knew Reigns was going to be their guy now. And we don't want it. We don't want a shoved champion down our throat.
Yes.
We have that with John Cena, and that's why when WWE, you're not fooling anybody. And this is how I know. A long time ago when Cena was really popular, even with a lot of the males, when he was the Thugonomics guy, there was a time when he was the Thugonomics guy and he had a good thing going on. and everything was good. And he come out and everybody cheered. Well, that same little intro that you recorded when everybody used to cheer, you now put into his song when it comes out. We all know that that's fake cheers and everybody is, you know what I mean? Like, we all know that. Like, stop doing that. If he's going to get cheered, he's going to get cheered. He gets a lot of cheers. He gets all the women. He gets all the children. He gets dumb wrestling fans. He gets the... Does that mean? He gets cheers. So you don't need to give him the fake cheers, because that pisses us more fans off more, and then we're going to boo even louder. And you know what? You hear the boos on TV.
Speaking of getting pissed off, we need to change the Cena subject.
Okay. Well, you continue on with some of the some wrestling stuff.
Some wrestling stuff?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this Rumble match, it didn't make sense. I'm going back to the whole creative thing right now with, like, when they're kind of doing the choreography for this stuff, even though the wrestlers do like the matches, but when they're playing out this Royal Rumble match, like, when you're sending guys out, how are you coming up with that? Oh yeah, this is a good spot for this guy, like Brian. No, I don't want to go back to the Brian thing, but it just makes no sense. You got Brian is the main one that the fans are behind right now. He's the one that should be getting pushed.
If Ziggler could have won and they would have got a good pop. If
Yes.
Ambrose would have won, they would have got a good pop. Now, we understand Ambrose is not ready for the WrestleMania spotlight. He's not.
He will be eventually.
Yeah, I think he will be. I don't.
mean, he's my favorite in the company right now, but
Reigns is not even close to ready.
Oh.
He's John Cena-esque in the ring with the moves.
Yeah. He's got the same 5 moves, but as we've stated before, every wrestler has the same 5 moves.
Yeah.
It's how they use them.
Yeah, but you know what? That's not completely true, because if you watch Independent, which is why Independent is so good, they allow you to do more moves. Although a lot of people will go, the purists will go, like Jim Cornette, which I want to talk about a Cornette thing in a later interview. Will go, well, when you're doing these big moves and then they're getting right back up, it takes it out of wrestling. I get it, but you know what? It's fun. It's called a spot fest match, and those are fun to watch at times. And the independent scene gives you those. WWE rarely does, unless it's Cena kicking out or Lesnar kicking out or no selling shit.
So, getting out to the end of the Rumble match, because I still want to talk about what we would fix after we finish this. You have Reigns going over, which we've said, ends up taking out Big Show and Kane. Then I believe I was texting you. I was like Rusev never went over. I think you texted me and said, he went out a while ago.
Yeah, I thought he went out, but he went underneath the ropes, and I was wrong.
So all of a sudden, Rusev comes in, and then there was like 5 or 6 people I was watching with. We're all like, please God. But of course, Rusev would get knocked out right away.
Well, yeah.
Reigns would win. 20, 30,000 people boo. Rock comes out. Rock even gets booed.
No. Well, let's do this right. Since the Bryan thing, the whole crowd was out of the match. They booed everything. They cheered when Ziggler came out. They cheered when Ambrose. Once those guys, they cheered for Barrett a little bit. Once those guys left, they completely shit on everything. Everything on the match, everything anybody did was a complete boo.
And deservingly so, too.
Then even Rusev, when people saw Rusev still sitting there, they were chanting, "We want Rusev." This is your freaking heel, your awesome heel WWE.
I don't know about awesome.
Well, I meant like he's playing the character fantastically.
Yes,
and like he's your big heel U.S. champ as a Russian, Bulgarian/Russian. Whatever. And people were chanting for Rusev. That's how much they hate. That's how much they hated Roman Reigns winning that match. So there you go, WWE. So then of course he's thrown out. He's winning right away. Vince knew that they fucked up. Now, you had the opportunity, because Titus O'Neil was number 26. No offense to Titus O'Neil, but why was he even in the match, and why was he number 26? Because he's a throwaway junk guy. Well, when Bryant went out, before number 20 came out, and you're like, oh, we made a mistake by throwing Bryant out. Everybody's shitting on this. Your backlash on Twitter had to have been horrible. And you could see all this. You're not dumb. You could have saved it by putting The Rock out there in 26 and calling an audible and let him win. And let him win, because that would have sold The Rock versus Brock Lesnar. I know what you're doing. Okay, I'm trying to... everybody follow me. I got a full circle here. I know what you're doing. The man who beats the one who beat the streak is fucking made. Damn, I wanted to go PG and I blew it. Is freaking made. So... you're going to have Reigns go over because he's your next guy, he's your new face, and he's going to be the made man. Well, it's going to fail because you're forcing it down us and we don't want anything to do with it. So you could have saved it and had The Rock beat him, because The Rock can beat Taker. I don't think he ever even fought Taker at WrestleMania. So that was so if The Rock is the one who beats the one that beat the streak, you're still fine. It doesn't hurt Lesnar at all. He's fine even if he's staying with the company. The Rock can go on, boom, I'm the one that beat the streak, and I'm the champion again. And then you put Rollins, and you have Rollins beat The Rock later, because that would make more sense. And then it doesn't hurt anything. It doesn't kill the Taker thing from last year, and it doesn't hurt Lesnar. It saves your company the crap that you're going through now. It makes us fans completely happy. We finally go with something that we wanted, because you don't give a shit that we want half the time.
I'm gonna see if I can say this correctly. Rollins could have been the one who beat the one who beat the one who put the one in 21 and 1. I think I did that quite well.
Yeah, and that would have been great.
Which it could still happen.
So The Rock came out, 2 cheers. Kane and Big Show came back in to work up Reigns. He rock bottomed the shit out of all of them.
It was cool seeing Rock.
Yeah. I mean, The Rock got cheers. When he was rock bottom, everybody, it was great. The second Reigns is up there with his hands in the air like Austin, which pissed me off.
Yeah.
And then The Rock gives the old arm raise and points at him, and then the WWE fans shit on your most popular star ever. And you still made that mistake, and then that's what made it the best. Yep. Thank you, fans, for doing it, because that's what needs to be done. And the hashtag of ban the WWE, it's amazing how the WWE and the network is giving February free because of that. Mm-hmm. Just saying, that's their answer to that, because they know the people that did do it, well, we got it for free, we'll get some new fans, and it doesn't hurt their numbers, which they hit their million mark the other day, probably because of it.
And also, if you want to stay with me, I'm still continuing my not watching Raw. Through at least this next week.
I have a DVR, and I'm eventually going to watch it.
Didn't watch it, and didn't care, because it was basically a Royal Rumble replay from what I was told, and why would we want to see that again? A triple threat match.
Yeah, watch the triple threat match. And I guess they did like 4 interviews. I think Bryan, Cena, and Lesnar, and Reigns all had interviews, and I guess all of them were done really well. So I am looking forward to see the sit-down interviews, because that's something WWE doesn't give us.
Lesnar interview done well?
Heyman was with him, so of course it's fantastic. Yeah. And I guess that at the end there was a Heyman and Lesnar and Reigns one, and Heyman was the conductor, and I guess it was just great. I guess from what I'm reading from 3 or 4 different people that I respect as a wrestling writer, that all of them, that interview helped them sell the pay-per-view a little bit more. So it made Reigns look good and Lesnar look really good, and then Heyman just looked like a star like he is. And I guess it's like completely had Heyman's number all over it. Yeah. So, do you have anything more to say about the Rumble, or should we kind of...
Well, real quick, just want to kind of go on. I want to see what we think WWE should do to fix this right now, which between everything, I mean, we'll start from the beginning. As far as the Ascension goes, they just need to kind of fizzle away quickly, but kind of just not completely immediately without there being a reasonable explanation, because storyline's got to be an explanation somewhere. I know recently there hasn't been some explanations, some storylines we've discussed in the past. But yeah, just slowly try to, within like the next month, I would say, just kind of make Ascension go away. I mean, New Age Outlaws, and nothing you can really
they didn't need, I mean, I understand, like I said, we understand the winning and the...
Yeah, I understand it,
They should have buried him and got rid of him, and the fans would have been fine, and it wouldn't have hurt that team. You had that team come back as like, maybe just, sorry, we learned our lesson, and let them be a face or something, and just without the demolition makeup and the LOD gear.
So bad.
I don't even want to talk about stuff. I want to talk about how to fix the Rumble.
Blah, blah, blah.
And you can't fix the Rumble because you've already done it. But moving forward, I have an idea. Do you have an idea? Fix things?
I have an idea. I'm going to start with the triple threat, how I would fix it. Well, I'm not going to go with that, because not with the match. I'm going to go just with the end, how I would fix it. So, outlooking for WrestleMania, it's going to be Reigns and Lesnar. And the best way I would fix it, it's probably the most obvious. Rollins is getting is looking outstanding right now. Have him be the strong heel, which I've talked about in past episodes. Have him be the strong heel. Have him cash in Money in the Bank well before WrestleMania, and have him himself make it a triple threat match at WrestleMania. Have Rollins go over both Reigns and Lesnar. He could be your top heel of the company. He could be the face of the company. And then Cena can go fizzle away.
Mine is kind of like the same thing. That's cool because we didn't even talk about this. Yeah, I think you need to insert Rollins in the picture. Rollins would make the match better. The end result, I would feel like I really want Rollins to win. I want him to win cleanly. I want him to whether he hands in that briefcase to make it a triple threat, or he cashes in on Lesnar. Maybe like him and Lesnar and Cena get words, and Lesnar gets the end of an AA, and then Rollins comes out and curb stop and cashes in, and and whatever happens, Rollins is able to get the belt from Lesnar. So therefore, you have Rollins is champion versus Reigns, but Lesnar gets his rematch. Now you have that's how you get the triple threat. However the triple threat thing happens, I want it. I want Reigns. I want not Reigns. I want Rollins to win. I want him to win cleanly, but stay the heel, stay that course, and that would be amazing. Something a little bit better. Rollins cashes in. Better for me, for my fandom. Rollins cashes in, Lesnar goes away, Lesnar fights The Rock. Let Lesnar fight The Rock at WrestleMania, because that'd just be a cool match, Rock versus Lesnar.
That would be cool.
I mean, why not have that? And then, but without the title. Let him get his rematch, but interference happens. Interference by Ambrose happens, so he loses his rematch title. Ambrose gets mixed with the feud. Now you have a three-way for all the three members of the Shield at Mania for the belt, and I still have Rollins go over on that. But then you have all three of those members of the Shield headlining, and that's fucking cool, because that's your future, WWE. Yes. Rollins, you already know that's your future. Ambrose, and you want to push Reigns, so now you have a three future right there. That would be a better match. That's just my fandom pick.
Yeah. Here, I actually just came up with a really great idea, actually. I feel it's a great idea. Okay, what's the next pay-per-view? Fastlane or whatever?
Yeah, I think that's what
something like it's called. Yeah. Okay. You have Lesnar come to just kind of do like a segment in the ring.
Not talking.
Well, I have Heyman talking. You have Cena come out and start talking, his smack, his repetitive smack. And then you're going to start to see Lesnar turn to a face.
Kind of already is, though.
And then you're going to have Cena start to turn to a heel, and just for no apparent reason, Cena starts beating the crap out of Lesnar. Ends up doing his FU. I'm not calling it attitude adjustment, it's the FU. Like 2 or 3 times, just beat the crap out of him with chairs, stairs, whatever. Just have him look like a
but no more stairs matches.
Yes, no. Then you cue Rollins out. Rollins cashes in, ends up beating Lesnar. Takes the title. So it goes on to WrestleMania being Rollins versus Reigns. You play the storyline off with how Ziggler, Ambrose, and Bryan got eliminated from the Royal Rumble. With how they didn't really get pushed over. Kind of play this into a storyline. And you have those three in a triple threat match at Fastlane, I think, to be a #1 contender for the title, which will go in a triple threat match. You have Ambrose get pushed over in that, even though I would like to see Bryan, but I think he deserves it more at this point. But you push Ambrose over, and your main event for the world title at WrestleMania will be Rollins versus Reigns versus Ambrose.
So it's a cooler way of getting in the way I want it for my fandom. I'm good.
I like it.
Yeah.
Make it happen. Please, God. Please, God! Okay.
So, there's our Rumble predictions.
This has been about a 35, 40 minute video.
One, whatever. That's what we'd like to see the end result. We're probably not going to get it, but that's, what we do, our opinions and our thoughts. Let us know what you think. Like it. Subscribe. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook and on Twitter.
Down there. Links down that way. Comment on the videos down there.
So
go on the discussion board. Also to talk to us. We keep an eye on that.
Yes, I do.
Go ahead and you can hit us up on Facebook, Twitter as well. You don't just have to follow them. You can interact with us. We interact with you guys.
We love to talk. We met a new guy named Joey. Watched our last.
We got some good stuff.
Last thing, we like it. We're probably going to do that video sometime in the future for you.
Definitely.
So next month or two, you will see that one out. We got a line of videos, things lined up for videos, so that's going to be in there.
Don't forget, comment, subscribe on YouTube, like our videos, hit that thumbs up button on our videos, favorite them, love them, cherish them. You can make love to them if you want. I don't give a darn.
And always remember, guys, to be the best, you got to beat the best. So we are,
The SCS.
and we are limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, styling profiling, sons of guns. Woo! Really work fair for you.
Like, final thought, real quick.
Oh, I forgot the final thought. Well, that should have been after the final thought, but you know what?
Yeah.
Whatever. Final thought. Man, my final thought, completely off the subject of WWE. I'm gonna do this really quick. Young Guns had a match with a bunch of great talent at Wrestle Kingdom 9 for the New Japan Pro Wrestling thing.
Still watched it.
I have it at my house. We'll have to watch it soon. Maybe come over that Sunday or a little bit earlier and watch
Good
it.
deal.
That was all on the video. Edit that shit out.
Bleep.
Damn, that's twice. And I've been talking to him about making this a little less vulgar on the language, and he did good today. I did bad. Man. Anyways, Jim Cornette made a comment. I don't have it in front of me, but I'm going to paraphrase it. Basically, he said that he said it was garbage. It was one of the worst things he ever did because when you do a spike pile driver move off the top ropes and you pile drive down, that dude should not get back up. That dude should leave the ring but with help on a stretcher, whatever. You should not see that dude walking until he gets out of the backstage and they play it off. And I get it, but that's the purest thing from Cornette. I get it, but I thought that and then they blocked him from Twitter, and he thought that was funny. So Cornette, of course, goes on his little rant and rave. It's well worth the thing. It's on ProWrestling.net. You should check that out.
I'll probably go with that up.
And but my final thought then is I feel like I'm in the middle of this. Like usually, like Cornette says some stuff and I'm like, yeah, I like it, and then Cornette says some stuff I'm like, oh no, that not at all. But on this one, I feel both sides because that match was really highly entertaining. It was a spot fill match, and yes, everybody burned through a bunch of moves, but it was super highly entertaining and it was awesome to watch. But at the same time, now that he said that, and I didn't think about it before, you're right. When people hit those devastating moves, to make them devastating, you have to frickin' be done. Like, that guy has to be done. Like, maybe his tag team partner goes on and continue the match, but that dude should have been done, and I do agree with that. Mm-hmm. That's just a little final thought,
My final thoughts, this month, the month of February, we're going to have 2 AEW shows. We're going to have the premiere of AEW Vanguard, and we're going to have a regular AEW show. Really interested to see Vanguard. I want everyone watching us to come out and join us because it's the best wrestling you will see.
Yeah, it's Berwyn Eagles Club in Berwyn, Illinois on the 21st of February, which is a Friday night.
And then the following Saturday,
which is the 28th, is at Marinette Park in Bourbon Street for AEW. I don't remember the title of the one, but it's their normal AEW show. On
AEW show, you're going to have Eddie Kingston versus Davey Richards. Davey Richards should have the belt there, my opinion. And then the next show, you have him versus Silas Young for the title. That'd be an awesome match. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up here for us. It's going to be Second City Sleeper signing out. Let's see if I can do this right. It's an S. C. S. S. And that's the bottom line because the SCS said so.
Peace.
Take it easy.